So, working from home is crazy, it's hectic. We got 3 toddlers, a 1-year-old, almost 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. So I was like, we need a schedule. Hey, this is Jessica Miller. Welcome to the Miller Soul channel. And today I will be talking about kids' schedules during this quarantine time. And I saw some sample schedules online and some that people have sent me because I knew they wouldn't have the attention span to do something for over an hour. So I kind of took what I saw, kind of tweaked it and made it my own based on our life. So here we go. The first thing is the morning time. Miles, our 1-year-old, our baby. Usually when I get him, the girls are up and they're playing, talking, screaming, who knows. But the rule is they cannot come into our room until we let them know. And so that's usually 7:30, 7:45, it just depends. Sometimes I wake up to the girls screaming. Yep, that's our life. Then finally we come downstairs for breakfast around 8:15, 8 o'clock. I've heard or read this thing and it made sense to me. Do the thing that takes the most work or the most effort or the hardest thing, basically the thing that requires more focus earlier in the day. So since Autumn, she's our oldest, she's in pre-K, she's been learning some things like letters and numbers and reading and spelling and things like that. So since she hasn't been going to school, I'm like, man, she's gonna get behind. So I started printing out some worksheets. They have free like pre-K and preschool worksheets online. Our first thing after breakfast is learning time. So that's worksheets for Autumn and Alina. Alina is almost 3, so hers are more like shapes, colors, and tracing lines and recognizing letters and numbers. And Autumn is like spelling and sounding out and rhymes and things like that. That's about 45 minutes to an hour and goes by pretty fast. And then after that, it's, you've been using your brain. So what a good thing I thought would be to, hey, let's do something physical. So we do like a fitness thing. Sometimes I lead it, sometimes we watch a video. We do stretching, certain movements. It's only like between 5 and 15 minutes. But just get the blood pumping, get them moving. Because as a kid, all that energy being in the house, I'm sure it's just pent up, and that's why they go crazy, because they have so much energy. It's crazy. Learning ends around 10, the fitness break, about 15 minutes, around 10:15. We also watch Boost Fit videos. So I work for a company called Booster, and we provide character and fitness lessons for students across the country. So during this time, we had a whole bunch of Boost Fit videos. So where team members are leading different stretches and exercises and stuff. So we'll put that on the TV or watch a different video. So a whole bunch of different things online. So that's great to just get them moving. And then they go into around 10:15-ish creative time. So this is when they can do their coloring, Play-Doh. We have slime that I rarely bring out because it's messy, but I started bringing it out for this. Just no like glitter and beads and just the slime. Now for 15 to 30 minutes, because it's kind of hard with this age, but they've been pretty good. We send the girls upstairs to their rooms separately for quiet time. You can read books, you can just sit there, pray, think. Ultimately not always hanging out together, playing together, especially during this time, during the quarantine time at home, that I think it's good for them just to have that time alone. Plus I needed that quiet time. Like I'm downstairs in the office, so I need them in a different room, different floor, so I can not hear screaming and laughing. We set an alarm for that because we have Alexa upstairs, and so we just set an alarm for like around 11:30 or 15-20 minutes, and they're quiet and they come downstairs, so that's great. And by that time Miles is he's had his milk, and now it's 30 minutes or so of free play around 11:30 to 12, and then it's lunchtime from 12 to 12:45. And then after this, I thought, like, I need to fill some time before nap. So I was like, what should I do? So I thought, why don't we just add in like 15 minutes of like cleanup time? They've just played with their toys. They've done most of like a lot of like free play. We put on like 3 or 4 cleanup songs. Their naps are usually around 1:30, but I'm like, you know what? There's Alina, our 3-year-old, or almost 3-year-old, she could go to sleep at once. Or like, hey, we'll just try to stretch it out. You can either put her to bed early, like around 1:15, maybe a little bit more free time, but they officially, all 3 kids go down by 1:30. And if Autumn and Lena go to bed or go for their nap at 1 or 1:15, I still have like a few minutes with Miles on my own because it's always him with the girls. So that's nice too. Autumn, she's 5, so she doesn't necessarily have to have her nap, but we just tell her, you still stay in your room. So she will sometimes just lay in her bed and talk or sing or read a book, but a lot of times she's actually been napping. So she might not think she's tired, but by the time we leave her up there for a few minutes, she'll fall asleep. So they usually sleep till 3. All of them are asleep till around 3-ish. So this is a time that I have my meetings, heavy focus work. A lot of the morning is like I work here, I work there, in and out. Like during their learning time, I'm sitting by them to be there to help if they need it, or if Brandon is helping them with their learning stuff, then I'm working. So we kind of switch off on the different parts of the schedule. So then after nap, they get up. I nurse Miles again. After they wake up, it's the girls' snack time. So that fills about 15 to 30 minutes. Try to do something healthy, usually like fruit, or if I do something like chips, which isn't very common, I'll do something like guacamole because avocados are healthy. And then it's like an hour of TV. But this afternoon, late afternoon has been it's been more flexible in the morning. So we say TV, but we might just say, hey, after snack, go outside. So Brandon put up a tent, so they go to the tent and they'll just play outside in the yard. By that time, it's like around 3:30, 4 o'clock, whether it's TV or outside, and then another hour of outside or TV, so, flip-flopping it. And then by that time comes, it's dinner time. So at this point, they've had their fitness break, physical activity, they've had their outside time, which is another physical activity. If they haven't been outside, gone on a walk or anything like that, at least having 2 physical activity things, I think is important for them because they just have so much energy. But even adding a 3rd one right before dinner. Dinner's around between 5:30 and 6. So we haven't really done this yet, but the goal in the schedule was to have like a dance party or just play music and for them to like sing and dance and kind of jump around right before dinner. But sometimes, depending on what I'm cooking and how fast it takes, I'll just have them help me cook because that's an experience for them and it makes their dip, fills that time for them, whether it's just honestly just watching me cook, or they might just chop the softest vegetable like a zucchini with a butter knife. Then we have dinner around 5:45, 6 o'clock, dinner around 6:45. And they have the girls have about 15, 30 minutes of just whatever free time until they go to bed around 7:30. They're in and sleeping between 7:30 and 8, and Brandon and I have the rest of the night from 8 o'clock to we should be asleep by 11, but we're sleeping 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock sometimes in the morning. So, but we have several hours to either work or watch TV. We usually do a workout 3 days a week. We've started a leg program, so that's been cool. So our nighttime or evening time is our time together. But also for me, with this quarantine time, I've been working a lot too at night. I just feel more focused of having uninterrupted work. So if I need to do something that takes an hour or 2 hours of focus, and I do that. But if during the day, it's more like emails and tasks here and there and meetings and checking in with my team and stuff. So yeah, it's a long day, and wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock, do it all over again until the weekend, where it's the same. There's no schedule on the weekend. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, the main thing with this schedule is that it's just different things that you can do, and I just wanted a lot of different things. And I think with the outside time and the fitness and the take a walk, creative time, learning time, chore time, snack time, nap time, I think you can fill in. We filled in most of the day, so I don't know why I didn't start this sooner. I should have started sooner, but it's been good. And I created this schedule on Excel. I love Excel because it already has the cells. You can do it on numbers, you can do it on Google Sheet, or even Word if you wanted. And I color coded it to be able to visually see each schedule change. And the kids love it. The girls are, Autumn especially, she's like, what's on the schedule? What's next on the schedule? So if you put it on the fridge, they can come and look at it. If you have older kids, then they can definitely look at it and read it too. So I think it's good for them to know what's coming up, what they're doing, and follow a routine. And it just makes the day way better. So hopefully it helps you. Thanks for listening, watching. Thanks for watching.